Rick Springfield is here on the show
Yes, I know.
Did he mean something to you growing up? Was he?
Yeah, I had that album with the dog on the front of it. And I loved that album with the dog on the front of it.
What was the first concert you ever went to?
But I have a story about that. I have this
about
one
the
time.
dog?
No, not about the dog. This one kid in my class like started singing Christina, take me away, and I got really offended. You know, like when you're a kid, like everything offends you, even when someone's not doing something that is offensive to you?
I think that's more of a little girl thing than a little boy thing.
It's a little girl thing.
Yeah.
Like, I thought he was like making fun of me. Like, but now I'm really happy.
He was singing the Rick Springfield song.
He was in love with me.
So Rick Springfield, in a way, contributed to scarring you in your young. Oh my God, young life. I'm glad you're not on the couch together. We could have trouble.
I know.
What was the first concert you ever went to? Do you remember?
You know, I was last time I was here. We talked about the Cure concert I went to when I was 13.
Right.
It was
yes.
Real rough, but I was always at like on tour with my mom. Dated this percussionist, so we were always on tour with like Crosby, Stills and Nash and Manassas and Andy Gibb, and so those were like my first.
You were on tour with Andy Gibb?
Mm-hmm. I was.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. Why? Because he was playing with him?
Yeah, he was playing with him. And I remember I was probably like 7 years old or something, and there was this one part of the show at the end where he would take his shirt off, and it made my little girl body feel things, you know? And I would get very like blushy and weird. And so finally this girl who was babysitting me was like, you need to tell him. And I'm like, no, I'm not gonna tell him. And so she brought me up to him. She goes, Andy, Christina has something to say. And I was like, my favorite part is when you take off your shirt.
No, you did not.
7 years old. It's like so wrong. There's nothing right about that scenario. Do you understand what I'm saying?
That's
here?
really, really weird. Yeah.
That would not fly these days.
That wouldn't,
you know what I mean?
That wouldn't have flied in those days.
It was the 70s. Pretty much everything.
That's
flew.
really weird. That's
Isn't
very
that the
crazy.
Weirdest one?
I remember Andy Gibb, the song Shadow Dancing was like a
That's
real...
when he took the shirt
Oh,
off.
that's where he took the shirt off, yeah. I think I would have gotten excited about that at that time.
I had a lot of run-ins with a lot of pretty interesting people back
What about
then.
Crosby, Stills and Nash? Did you get tingly from them?
Come on. Steve, they're really old. Steven's a really old family friend, and he's very close to my heart. And I remember being backstage at one of their concerts. It was either Manassas or CSN or something, and Ringo Starr picked me up. And I was probably 4, and I said, and I kind of do remember this, I said to him, I don't want you, get your hands off me, I want my Uncle Steven. And he just goes, all she wants is her bloody Uncle Steven. And I'm like, he's not bloody, why are you saying he's bloody? What's happening here? It's just this horrible, like, fearful, horrible moment of Ringo Starr picking me up.
Poor Ringo. No, he's always the least favorite. He really is.
I'm so sorry, Ringo.
Wow, that's really crazy.
I know.
Great. Have you met other Beatles? Did you?
I did Shakespeare with Paul McCartney.
That's pretty good. What do you mean you did Shakespeare with Paul McCartney?
Every year, Tom Hanks, I'm really dropping a lot of names during this
Good.
panel.
So people like to hear that stuff.
I'm feeling yicky a little bit.
Don't feel yicky.
No, Tom Hanks and Rita Wilson put on this
Tom Hanks, the actor?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. They put on this staged reading of Shakespeare plays. And last time I did it, Paul McCartney was like our musical guest and also was in the play.
Wow.
So all day long, when we're rehearsing, he's like doing Hey Jude, and he's doing Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds, and all you see, I have like video of it, of all these actors who are all pretty well known in their own right, just videoing him with our iPhones, like just a bunch of nerds.
Yeah, because there's nothing bigger than that.
Because you can't believe that like you're on stage just like hanging out with the Beatle, and he's just playing
and
music.
he's singing the songs you want to hear
yeah.
Because a lot of these guys, and there aren't any people in Paul McCartney's category, but they don't want to play any of that stuff.
No, it was incredible. And then in the play, the director and I decided that, and we didn't tell Paul this, that I was the only one that had a scene with him. That at the end of the scene, I was just gonna like plant like a big kiss on him. And I did, and he was like startled, and he's like, my wife's in the front row. And I just went, I don't care, and I turned around and I was like, yes! And the audience was like, yes! And everyone was like screaming, like, yes, Christina, you kissed a Beatle, you kissed a Beatle.
Wow, from Andy Gibb to the Beatles, you really have... It's quite a span. Hi, I'm Jimmy Kimmel. Thanks for watching. It means a lot to me, and if you'd like to take our relationship to the next level, click the subscribe button below. I'll wait for you.